Hey everybody. So yeah, today guess I was planning to I was planning to start working on the hex or on the hex on the fog. And I had been asking ChatGPT about, setting the fog as either a fog EXP or fog, and I noticed that it was like in this format. And then in my scenes, when I update the scenes, um, let's see, where are you? Three scene service. I They had it different. They basically update for the background. You set the red color, green color, and black and blue color. So it's kind of a pain in the butt that they were a little inconsistent on that. But it looks like so then it's like, well, crap, I do want to stay consistent, so on my side, so I'm just going to absorb that inconsistency. And so I was like, well, I asked, well, can I set it? And it's like, no, you got to set it this way. And then I told it, well, I have red, green, and blue, how can I convert those? And it says, here's a good function for you. So I guess that's what I'll do today. Now I remember creating utils. Oh, so that's a whole utils method. I guess I want to create basically like, because I'm guessing this is not going to be the last time I have to do something like this. So uh, man, that is crazy. Um, I've never really understood these shifts R and G plus B. I've never really understood these shift operations. But anyways, I think it probably makes sense just to copy uh, copy it um, and then use it. But I thought I had like a utils service, but I don't. So let me go ahead and create like a utils uh, general, or maybe like a RG, RGB, or maybe it should be like a color service. Um, but I'm wondering if would this be the only thing that ever ended up in there? It could be like a math service. I guess a math service, because I'm going to end up with a ton of math stuff at some point in the future. And actually, I bet you with animations and yeah, I'll probably end up with tons of math things. So let's go ahead and take a small detour, go into our packages folder, our packages.json file, and ng. I want to do services, util. I'll probably end up regretting this because math is so general, and I bet you one day in the future I'm gonna have just tons of math. But anyways, that'll be fun though. That'll be like a fun problem to have. Math, and then so now I'm just gonna run that. And basically, like I always say, I like to just sort of picture what's going to happen. We should see a new file in there, a, a new two new files that show up in this utils. So npm run. I'm going to change that to m service. And just like I always say in these videos where I make these, I always do this so I can ensure, because I literally have hundreds. I have billions of projects now. I probably have like dozens of projects um, with all different versions of Angular and all that. And this just 100% ensures that the all the right libraries for this specific project are used when I do this. So it's just something I picked up doing a few years back and has never led me wrong. Um, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Like I probably in the last year have had like a dozen comments, and two of them have been like, why are you doing it this way? Just type it in. Just type in the command. Um, so it is funny that it does seem to bother some people. I don't see why. I mean, it's no big deal. But anyways, I do, and I don't really want to bother people. Like that is not um, sort of a thing that I like to do. Um, but it's kind of funny. Okay, yeah. So we don't want the function word in there. We just want RGB to hex. Woohoo! I don't know if you heard my bird. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that this is a number, and that's a number, and that's a number. And I don't think there's any reason to do this. Uh, and I mean to kind of try to use TypeScript to restrain it between 0 and 255. But um, that's pretty interesting. So I guess if you go more, if you put in 300, I guess it'll, yeah. If I were to send in 300, then it will push it down to 255. So that would be as big as you can get. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Good job. Good job, ChatGPT. All right. So now let's go ahead and bring our use the injector function. We'll import it from the core, and then so basically back in the day we used to put them in this constructor, but then we ended up with like huge number of constructors. So we ended up they came up with this new function that we can use for it, which is pretty nice. I think it works out pretty good, but I don't have, like, I had the old way down like to muscle memory, and I do not have this one. So, and I just always want to declare things, var or const or let or something, but yeah, you don't declare them for these attributes, these class attributes. But anyways, I guess you can make it private though. So there's no reason not to. I'm starting to. I used to get really annoyed whenever people would make me. Let's see, math service. I'm hoping that's not a problem. Math service. And I got my trusty blue thing, so that's good. Blue helper. I think you math service. Let's see. Oh, and it did it. It just brought it in for me. And so, oh, silly rabbit, I did it in the wrong. In the wrong service. So this is my Showtime service, but I want to do it in my 3 service because that's where the real action happens. Let's see. It's so funny that this time it didn't just automatically pull it in. I don't know what, I would love to understand the rhyme or reason to that, like why it does sometimes and why it doesn't other times. Because we literally, like, all the configuration is identical. Everything was identical. So now, at this point, we would be able to use our math service to go ahead and take uh, our fog color and our fog colors and convert them into a hex. I guess. See, what are we at time? I'm a little gun shy because like the last few videos have gone like 3 out of 5 of the last few videos have gone a little long when I was just decided to do a little extra. And so let's see. I'm gonna call this. Oh, you const fog color fog hex color equals this dot math service dot RGB2 hex. Man, that reads so nice. And then it's going to be this dot or scene item, not this scene item dot red. My dogs are a little bit antsy because we have a hurricane coming in, and it's been raining like literally nonstop since last night. I'm probably gonna take them out in the rain. It's not raining hard. It's actually raining. It's really pretty, but is that right? Oh yeah, it is green. This is supposed to be red. Fog color, green fog color, and scene item. Oh, you scene item dot RGB blue fog color. Now so we will have that. So then we will be able to, tomorrow we will take our fog hex color and we will do this stuff to it. We will, based on, and I guess we probably only want to do this if let's just go ahead and add that. I'm playing with fire. So I guess we just want to go with scene item dot fog is not equal to none. And really, I don't know. We probably want to do it this way. It's equal to none. And then else. No, we really. Yeah, that's fine. Then set the fog to null. And then it's kind of like a bummer because this is probably the most efficient way to do this. And then either way we need to calculate the fog color, and then we'll add another nested if. This is kind of like probably about a bad idea, and maybe I'll think better of it tomorrow. Just because, I mean, it's not, I don't know. I think that it's fine. Like it's a fine idea to do this if it's not too deep. But you know, like this is the kind of code that quite often gets sort of copied, and if it gets copied deeper and deeper, you could end up with a very, very complex function. You know, every time you do like one of these, like you go deeper, what was the other one? Linear. Isn't that how I did that? Yeah, okay. Like every time you go deeper, like the amount of mental capacity that you have to apply goes up. And the problem is that this is the kind of code where you do these if else's, and then inside of it you end up doing stuff. So it probably would be better to like call a function else set fog or get fog or whatever, and then send the scene item, and then get the either the this item or this item depending on the value. But we are not very deep into this, and it doesn't take that much to say, oh, if it's done otherwise, do that. Um, Now another, okay, so set to exp2, and then set fog to linear. But so like this is sort of like they say, hey, either way you're gonna do this, so do this. Alternatively, you could do something like this, and then do like kind of duplicate that, and that might be easier. And then if you, yeah, so then that might be easier to like mentally sort of follow. And but some people will say, oh, that's less efficient. But honestly, like there's no way that you can figure out what's more or less efficient, because you can't figure out how this gets transpiled. Like I've seen people be like I once worked at a place and they were like they didn't want anybody to use any. They only wanted everyone to always use for loops like this. Just a traditional, for loop. And the guy was like, because it's more. Oh, I don't know what that was all about, but he's like, it's more efficient for the JavaScript compiler, but it's just like, yeah, but if I do a for in or for of or for each or whatever, if I use one of the other for loops, when Angular transpiles that, who the hell knows what they transpile it to? Like there's no way that even if you do like a test, oh, I'm gonna test how fast this happens. That's not with your production code. So like those arguments are just so not worth having, because you are literally like arguing about nanoseconds. I mean, like we literally have talked about this longer than the number of nanoseconds that will ever be used by which way we decided to do this. I mean, we're like literally like in CPU cycles right now, just the last while I've been talking about this, I've used just thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of lifetimes. I mean, so anyways, yeah, I always get kind of like, I don't know, I think this is ideal for this situation. If I was working in a place where they were really really strict, and you just had like a bunch of people that were just desperate to you know prove their value by making comments and all that, then I probably would have this like make a call to another function, and all that. Or yeah, I probably would just have this whole thing make a call to another function, and then in that function I would probably have literally this exact code. But that would probably make everyone happy. But anyways, happy coding everybody, and bye.